well, guys. What's that?
Missed you.
I missed you, too. I wish you'd been on the trip so you could have flattened Bob Kelly and Nick. Miserable, both of them. Miserable bastards. Let's talk, first of all, I want to talk about Troy, the big movie this weekend. Troy, based on the Greek mythological, homoerotic, story of Troy. Well, what kills me is, didn't Brad Pitt and all these Hollywood people, don't they all say anti-war? You have to make a war movie. So there's a time limit? Isn't that hypocritical? Isn't that a double standard?
I agree.
Thanks.
It wasn't a war movie, though. I saw the movie.
It was a war movie.
Did you see it? It wasn't a war movie.
They could have put sanctions on it.
It was a comedy. Did you see it? He's the worst. I've never seen such a non-Shakespeare dude. I mean, he was cute in it and everything, but he was just like, Hector. Did anybody see that? Hector. He's the war. It wasn't even a war movie. Oh.
Maybe they just they're in favor of war with pretty people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like if we're going to have war, let's have some good-looking people out there. No one wants to watch these regular people in the TV war.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Sure. They want to see the ugly. What's your
I
problem?
agree. Last time I did the show, I was disagree with everyone. This time I disagree with everybody.
Well, you look like Oliver North, as you pointed out.
Yes.
You look like a warrior.
Thank you.
You know, it's
Ollie
funny.
North.
He thinks his last appearance was so spectacular that anybody remembered it.
That is true.
Like, what?
That is
Remember
true.
last time I disagreed?
Last time I was exactly.
See, already I got the show going by getting you on.
Or just as bad, he's trying to get, like the regular thing of last time, so people are like, yeah, he's always on, he should be on.
That's what I was doing. You're right.
Lolo, you're noticeably quiet, unnervingly quiet. What's going on?
Well, I didn't see the movie, but I
You know the
agree.
history of
I
Troy
agree
with the
that
Regis.
I agree that Brad Pitt is adorable, and I also think that Hollywood is hypocritical. They are all anti-war supposedly, and they do make movies that glorify war. But
And mafia?
mafia, sword.
Like what, though? What's a glorified war
He was
movie?
going to say but.
Well, but that's what sells, right? I mean, it is hypocritical. There's no argument. It's hypocritical. They do whatever they got to do to sell movies, and that's why all the movies suck, because they're all aimed at 14 or 12-year-old boys.
You know a good movie?
14-year-old boys want to see Brad Pitt naked? I thought it was girls for that
No, but
one.
it's still a war. It's still a pretty.
But you know what? Sometimes, you don't pay attention to what's coming out your mouth, but I realized something.
What?
What war movie glorifies war except for in the 1940s?
Just funny.
Right. But no other war is glorified in.
Oh, well, even the movies that don't glorify.
Yeah, Platoon was glory. There was a lot of glorifying stuff
because
happening
the
in
fact that
Platoon.
you're watching a bunch of people, it's glorifying just to watch anybody on a big screen. That makes
No, it's history.
Yeah, but even when they show
Goodfellas doesn't glorify the mob, even though it was.
Goodfellas does glorify. You want to be in the mob
And you
after
want
you
to
watch
be in a war
Goodfellas.
platoon. You want to be a
You
platoon.
don't want to be what?
You want to be a platoon with all the fellas smoking joints?
And shoot little Chinese girls. Yeah.
How you doing, potheads?
Whatever. Yeah.
Good boys. Don't about killing.
They always show them loading up their equipment, and you hear
Don't
that snap
do it,
and that cool
Barnes.
crack. That
No.
doesn't make
You
you
know
want
who glorifies? Okay. Rambo. Anything. Boom.
No, not just
bam,
Rambo.
Smack. That's glorified. But Platoon, Hamburger Hill, any Vietnam movie. Vietnam movies always show how messed up Vietnam was.
It doesn't matter, but they're still exciting. Apocalypse Now is not glorifying.
What?
You didn't think what? You didn't think Apocalypse Now glorified war?
Glorified which part? The one when the guy got his head chopped off?
No, how about
what
when
part? What part was
the beautiful, illustrious scenery, the fireworks, the Playboy bunnies, then they see all these crazy, Cambodians sitting there waiting for Brando. He's got the bald head. It's exciting.
For who?
For anybody.
Watching it, you're right. It's like, yeah.
It's exciting.
Like Super Troopers. That's a good movie.
That's a good point.
Right.
Actually, Super Troopers was a funny movie.
It was good. That movie's underrated.
I agree with you.
I swear to God, I'm not kidding.
I'm not kidding either, stupid. You can't even see that. Okay, listen to me. We're going to talk about NASCAR. They're trying to integrate NASCAR now. And Magic Johnson is at the helm of the Magic Johnson movie theater chain. And
that's how I know him.
Personally, it's I saw Jeff Gordon on TV the other day. I was watching the thing with him, and he was like, yes, I think it's a great idea to integrate. We can use all the multicultural. And I just was thinking, Jeff, you are really ruining yourself with your fans. They're going to blow your brains out, stupid.
Yeah. Has anybody asked black people if they want to be part of NASCAR?
No.
Yeah, they don't want to be part of it, but black people only like driving fast after they've stolen the car.
Well, in all fairness to me, Patrice, what do you think? Do you think black people like NASCAR?
No, we don't. And I'm tired of white. Why don't white people just say, do you want us in NASCAR? Do white people want us in NASCAR?
No.
Why?
Because the truth is, And this is one thing that always bothered me about those speeding tickets on the Jersey Turnpike profiling. Will you admit that all black people speed above the speed limit? Please. I'm not saying some white people don't too, but I've never known a black friend of mine that didn't speed.
Well, because we're trying to get off the highway with racist cops as soon as possible.
But isn't it true?
But also, that's the only way to,
You guys do speed, though. Have you ever
What white guy doesn't speed? Jesus.
Plenty of people.
What are you saying, NASCAR? Here's the... Colin's gonna go, this is why white people like to drive fast, has an outlet because we follow all the laws and rules. No,
I wouldn't have thought of that, but that's a good one.
Only old Chinese women drive 55 miles an hour. Everybody else drives 75 miles an hour. That's the fact.
Not everybody does, but black people all do speed. And some white people do, but all black people speed.
No, they don't.
Even old ladies.
They do. I don't speed. I drive the speed limit.
You can't just say, that's like saying all Puerto Rican people are lazy. That doesn't make them bad people. That's a character I have. It's the guy that doesn't know he's insulted. He doesn't really insult them, but he doesn't stick up for them.
That was cool. This is a segment called Picture This. I'm going to show a bunch of pictures, and you tell us what's going on in the pictures. Ready? How about this little number? That's Robert Kelly and Nick DiPaolo back in Massachusetts. Nothing? Okay.
it's a big gay marriage, right?
It sure is.
Yeah. Now try keeping those muscles now that they're married.
He only thinks in one term.
We gotta pick out rugs. All you do is push-ups.
You know, people, the gay couples that are more straight looking that get married are like, great, I had to show those two.
Why? Those guys look like a couple of macho individuals. I don't think anybody here would have the balls if you were there to titter and laugh if you saw those two get married. You'd be like, oh, that's cool, guys.
Who would titter?
They look like they'll kick ass.
But not if you saw those jeans from behind. They're assless.
I like the fact that Ross Bennett's in the corner watching the whole thing.
Hey, that guy, he looks a little creepy.
Now, don't you think, though, all jokes to the side, if you're going to be married, you're the earliest gay marriage people, you don't get dressed like that for the marriage. That freaks out the whole nation, man. That looks like what everyone's afraid of. A bunch of S&M guys getting married and, you know.
He should wear a dress. One of the guys should wear a dress so it looks more normal.
Well, okay, but I meant...
But does it, though?
Well, anything's gonna look more normal. That's frightening.
I don't think you give white people enough credit for what they're scared of and not scared of. I don't think they're scared of that, though. I mean, the average, are you scared of that? You represent the average white guy.
He does.
I totally am, first of all. I totally am. I just feel bad for the guy in the hat because I know this was not his dream wedding. You know what I mean? Like, he'd been going through the catalogs and stuff like that, and they're like, let's just wear our street clothes. You know, so he's really
But
like,
Paul, listen to me. When Patrice brings up race, if you've watched the show as often as you claim,
sure.
I don't like to change the subject. Let's get racial. He said the average white person, does that scare us? Speaking for the white people, where are you from? Someplace white?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Ugh.
How dare you?
I'm kidding.
That's another Boston, Philadelphia, too.
Can I say something?
No, I'm not, as a white person, I'm not scared of that.
Does that disturb? There's a lot of Midwestern white bubbleheads out there. This guy here, look at that guy's shirt.
Where are my white people at?
He's from Goofyville, North Carolina, wherever he's from. Is he scared of that?
Let me ask you something. White guy who's talking to from Goofyville, North Carolina.
The one that's going, who? Me in a goofy way. You, sir.
White guy, do you feel representing the white race? Because that's what you're doing at this moment, so be. Do you feel as a white person that we're less scared? Like, what he's basically implying is that our people, correct me if I'm wrong, is that our people have lost any semblance of moral value, that we don't know right, wrong, we don't want to judge anything. So is he saying, is that true, that picture doesn't freak you out a little?
Well, that's two questions. I don't think...
He really is from North Carolina. He's got a southern accent. Go ahead.
No, I don't think people lost their sense of moral.
White people, sir.
I don't think that white people have. I think...
So you think, but does this picture bug you? Let him finish the second part.
He's not gonna finish. He doesn't want to lose his job at the plant. That's why he won't stay.
All right, let's talk about this next picture. Ready? One more picture. Come on.
That one.
Michael Moore got the palm door. Thank God.
You know what I love?
Oh, what a freedom fighter.
I love that he won the Palm d'Or, so he's showing us the Palm de Fat guy.
I hate to be.
I'll tell you, I'd like to show him the door.
Charles,
what are you saying?
I hate to not know what white people know, but what is the Palm d'Or?
Some French award they give at Cannes Film Festival. You know Cannes Film Festival?
Oh, well.
Soul Plane won it last year.
All right, look. What about the 11-year-old sex bracelets? Now, we talked about sex bracelets before, but now we're talking about 11-year-old kids. Ooh. Wearing these sex bracelets. They pull it off, that's oral sex. I don't know if they're doing it or what, but don't you think this is finally the end of crumbling civilization or no? Forget about you wish you'd been there when you were 11. We all know that. What about it, though?
How old was you when you first started having sex? How old was you when you wanted to first start having sex?
Probably 13. With guys or girls?
Listen,
I told you I was a when I was 12.
I assume.
I was a when I was 12.
I know, Colin. He wants to let you know. But before
I should be with those two guys.
Let me ask you. Before you was assaulted by whatever police assaulted you.
It doesn't matter, but I was
cute. He wasn't assaulted. He did it voluntarily. Those were his old bracelets.
Hey, I remember this girl when I was in literally kindergarten. I'm not kidding. She used to let us go behind the cars and like touch her, butt. And she was like 5 years old.
And did you have to pay her?
Hallie. Her name was Hallie.
Did you have to pay her?
How old was you?
I was in kindergarten.
Don't say a name. She's sitting home with the kids right now.
Can you imagine your mom?
Hallie Florino. All right, we'll be right back. Tonight, we have some audience members who need to say something to somebody in their lives, but can't bring themselves to do it, so we're having the comedians say it for them. Our first audience member is called Steve from Connecticut. Steve, what do you want to say?
I have a message for the president about weed.
First of all, let me just say one thing. Todd Glass will handle it. Todd?
Yes. Have you ever heard of Florino Builders? Okay, you want me to go?
I'd like you to go because you called back the one that I ended the last segment with. I already covered that one, stupid, right, but go ahead.
Here we go. Somebody stinks. I think up to this point, the reason they haven't legalized pot, Mr. President, maybe they haven't been honest with you. Every time those rallies, they're always telling you can make rope with pot, you can make shirts with it. But what they forget to tell you is the real reason they want to legalize it, and maybe if I'm honest with you, you'll legalize it. You can also get up with it and giggle with your friends. There you go.
Thank you. All right. Will I go back now? You guys go together. Thank you.
How you doing?
All right. Next is Matthew. Matthew, who's your message to?
My message is to all the homeboys hanging outside my apartment.
Oh, Matthew, Paul Tompkins is going to take care of things for you.
What? All right, Paul, this was not the problem I was briefed on, but what's your problem again, sir?
The homeboys hanging outside his building.
Oh, those homeboys. Listen, why don't you knock it off and go on somebody else's stoop or something with your 40s and stealing rims or shooting each other or what have you. Quit it. I hope that helped.
Wasn't really my question, but good.
Did you think we could get somebody whiter than him to solve this problem? And we did somehow. I know it's amazing. Thank you, baby. Now here's Sean. What's ailing you, Sean?
I've been with my wife for 6 years and she still won't let me be her backdoor man.
But you're still a baby. How could you be a 6 years mad age boy? All right, Patrice O'Neill is going to fix things for you.
So backdoor meaning what we think it means.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Women are very, very competitive and jealous, and they don't like men to enjoy anything without them. So stick something in your back door, and while she's looking, go, jealous?
Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. Oh, Hope. This is Hope. Hope, who do you have a message for? You're not married to that last guy, right?
No.
All right, go ahead.
I want to tell my mom that I work for a porn magazine for women called Sweet Action.
Oh. All right, you're in luck. Greg Giraldo will help you. Greg, tell her mom.
Well, there's good news and bad news. You've raised a productive and ambitious daughter.
Yeah.
The bad news is she's obsessed with
Oh. I thought it was the women.
You know,
I see.
On the other hand, she works for a porn magazine, but it could be worse. She could just be a whore.
got a point, Mom. That's it, folks. Tough love from Tough Crowd. We'll be right back. Oh, thank you.